So guys, I've made a couple of these videos. This one has 356,000 views. This one has 160,000, but somehow these videos have gone ahead of me. So in today's video, I'm going to do even better than those other guys. I'm going to make the most complex, most powerful, most secure, and most anonymous media server that's completely automated with Radarr, Prowlarr, Sonarr, and Seedbox integration. All right, guys, if that sounds interesting to you, smash that like button with your most preferred Linux, iOS, and today we're going to be showing you how to do it right. Wow, that's more enthusiasm than I've put in any of my videos in the last year. So guys, just as a quick disclaimer, I am not encouraging or telling you guys to do piracy in this video. As always, check with your local laws in your country, state, or wherever you may be. I am only going to be downloading copyright-free protected content, and I suggest you do the same, so that way we can all stay legally friendly. Or if you just want to download some solid Linux ISOs, that's also a good method. All right, guys, so let's get into the overview. I'm going to be making a visual diagram showing you exactly what we're doing in this video, and then I'm going to be putting timestamps as well. Also, guys, for any product I use in this video, I'll be putting affiliate links in the description down below. If you use these links, you'll directly help support the channel, and you'll get really good discounts as well, and my top-rated products. Now, I've rated almost every single VPN, and in fact, I made the very first VPN tier list, and I've tested a lot of seed boxes, various different programs as well. So in this video, I'm only recommending you the best. All right, guys, so here we go. Here's the visual diagram. So guys, basically the way we're going to be doing this tutorial is you have the best way to do it, I would say, is to have a seed box. You might be wondering, what the fuck is a seed box? Well, a seed box is basically everything you want to do in this setup, but it's in the cloud. So guys, I just wanted to make a quick little thing about seed boxes. If you don't know what a seed box is, generally they're used for torrenting, online kind of activity. They're basically like a VPS, but specialized for torrenting and that kind of thing. They're kind of used as a replacement for a VPN because you can use it kind of instead of a VPN, and it is tricky to use both of them together. In my former videos, I've made tutorials on your own computer using a VPN or SOCKS 5 proxy. Nowadays, SOCKS 5 proxies have become very intermittent and hardly able to be used, to be honest with you. So most of the times you have to use a VPN while connected on your computer. This can be inconvenient, so that's why I'm making this video. But a good seed box like Rapid Seedbox will not collect logs or kind of connect you with your ISP, and will provide more security and anonymity than just doing it on your own computer without a VPN. So it's kind of like an intermediary layer, so that way ISPs can't see who you are. This has several benefits: enhanced speeds, enhanced privacy. You don't have to have your computer on all the time, things like that. And it simplifies the process a lot. So whether you're a noob or a power user, this will work very well for you. In the past, I just showed you how to do it on your basic computer, but I think I want to step it up a notch this year and show you how to do the Seedbox method, because it's even easier and actually even better than the other method too. So basically, we're going to be putting everything in this Seedbox. Think of it like this virtual box in the cloud, your virtual computer in the cloud that contains everything you need to watch, in the end, some good copyright-free content in the living room, just like this. So guys, get your drinks, get your snacks, and let's get into it. So guys, you're going to need a couple different tools, and like I said, I'll be putting these in the description down below. Some of these are free, some of these are paid tools, so it's really up to you which ones you want to use, but I'll be putting the ones I'm going to be using in this video that work the best, and I'll explain too as why I picked those ones in this video. Well, so we're going to be needing a tool called Prowlarr. Now, Prowlarr is kind of like something that kind of prowls around the internet. It kind of looks for links and stuff like that to feed these other applications that will thereby download the content. So Prowlarr looks around the internet for these kind of magnet links, let's call them. Radarr is a thing for movies. Sonarr is a thing for TV shows. It receives this information from Prowlarr and starts downloading content based on your request. And from there, it will put it into a program like BitTorrent, which is a torrent downloading application. It will connect these magnet links and start downloading content. From here, these programs actually automatically kind of put the, BitTorrent will put this in a download folder, but there's like some kind of weird magic that is kind of hard to explain, but basically Radarr and Sonarr will kind of like figure out how to move that content into the right folder. Wait a second, I actually kind of mixed the step. Let's delete this. So this is where the movies folder goes into something called MB, or you can also use Plex. You can also use Jellyfin. In my experience, MB is the easiest to use. Jellyfin is probably the best for privacy, but you could use either one of these. So these, think of these kind of like your kind of front end for viewing the media. So your movies are going to be picked up by these applications, and then you're going to be able to have that copyright free movie, and then you're going to be able to watch it in your living room. So if you're confused already, well, don't worry. This video, we're going to be explaining every one of these steps, and this is just kind of a visual overview just to kind of get your head wrapped around the steps we're going to be taking in this video. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's get into the first step. We need to set up our Seedbox. So guys, I'm going to be recommending Rapid Seedbox for this video. Use my link in the description down below. So if you use my link specifically, with the link in the description, you will get 35% off. So guys, you can also choose between yearly and monthly. The lean is for blazingly fast and essential Seedbox use, so it's for beginners. I guess it kind of depends on how much control and how many apps you want to install. So I guess from my takeaway, it seems like the lean model is just basic torrenting. And with the red pill model or the premium, you actually have that application based kind of control. And that's really what we're focusing on this video. We're not just doing the basic kind of torrent bitch method. We're kind of doing the epic, although understandable and easy, application automation method. So for this video, I do think we're going to be going with, so according to this, it says to get the streaming app compatibility section, we are going to need, we can't go for the fast model. So we are going to need probably the streaming or rapid model due to it being a little bit bigger. Everything seems to be pretty similar though. The only thing you get more is prioritized support. And you have more slots available. So I think for the purpose of my video, we're going to be going with the streaming premium plan from Rapid Seedbox. So that seems like pretty good for most people. All right, so we're going to click buy now and go ahead and check out, see what it looks like. All right, guys, so once your payment goes through, this is what it will look like. So it should be around 3 to 5 minutes. So right now it's 11:05. We'll come back at 11:10 and it should probably be set up by then. So here's my Seedbox and the IP created. So I'm not really sure if it's set up yet. So we'll just wait a couple minutes just to be sure. So it's only been 2 minutes and I wanted to see if it was ready. So if you guys are wondering how to do that, you can actually go to this little controller right here and then click on it and it will take you to this initialization page and it'll show you the progress. So that's pretty neat. All right, guys, so now it does seem to be set up. Yeah, it was around 5 minutes or so. So maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Kind of got distracted doing something else for the video. But yeah, it's 11:18 now and everything is set up. So now it says we could do one-click apps. So this is one of the reasons, like I said, why Seedboxes are so good and powerful and easy to use is because they have this very easy one-click app integration. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So we have a nice tutorial here on the website. I really like that. So you can see all the available applications you can install. You can filter and you can just click on it, download it after it's installed. Just by clicking on the key button, you can access it. So that is very nice. And of course, there's always customer support down here as well. Like I mentioned, a very good customer support. So as you guys could see here, there are so many applications we could play around with. You can even use Brave browser just like that. This is Deluge, which is a torrent application, very similar to qBittorrent. RUTorrent, also a good torrent application, which we might end up using if they don't support qBittorrent, kind of like I was saying in the beginning. But there's also a lot of other things here. We could Jacket. This is kind of like Prowlarr, kind of more very similar to Prowlarr, kind of like the original one. We might end up using that instead of Prowlarr if it doesn't support here, just for the ease of use. Opera browser, Pale Moon. This is kind of like Firefox. There's Jellyfin, like I was saying. We might end up using this for streaming instead of Plex, but you can also use Plex if you want to. So yeah, tons and tons of applications here. Definitely going to be working for what we have done. So the cool thing here is that these are one-click installers to be tested and working with this Seedbox. So it does say you need up to 15 minutes. So we might wait a little bit longer before installing some of the stuff just to get some time to reboot and kind of warm up and be ready for us. So let's come back in just a little bit. As you can see here, the recommended section does include access to Radarr, Sonarr, and Prowlarr. So this is going to be perfect for our use case. All right, guys, I give it plenty of time to kind of warm up, so to speak. So let's go ahead and start installing some of these recommended options that are the fundamental parts of our server. All right, so all we do, let's go ahead and install Prowlarr first. So let's just try it out. So all you do is click install. And now it's installing the application. So this is really nice, so easy. When you're doing it on Linux, you know, you're gonna have to type in the code and, you know, all that kind of thing. On Windows, you're gonna have to follow the installation process. Here, you just click one button and it really is a one button install. So we're just gonna wait here and the page will automatically refresh when the installation is complete. Right now the page has refreshed, so I do think that means it's installed. Yep, it's not here showing up anymore. So let's go ahead and install Radarr and Sonarr. So the same exact thing. So guys, I went ahead and just decided to use Deluge for this video. It's already pre-installed on Rapid Seedbox and it's pretty much identical to QBitTorrent. If you want, you can go ahead and find QBitTorrent in the available applications. So guys, the first thing we're going to do is set up Prowlarr. So what you do is you just go to this one-click app section, go down here and click here. It's going to show you your password and your username, so you didn't even have to set up yourself. So we're going to go ahead and copy this password here, and we're going to go to the URL right here. So we just type in user, and then copy and paste our password, and we are logged in. If you have a password manager or something like this, you could save it just for ease of use. So here we go. This is what Prowlarr would look like. And it just looks like any other kind of application like on your computer. So you can't even tell you're on a Seedbox, because if you install this directly on your computer, this is what it would look like. So the first thing you're going to want to do when setting up Prowlarr is get indexers. Now this is how Prowlarr will find content for you. So that's what you're going to have to set up. So yeah. So this is how you're going to do it. We're going to do torrent. Right here, language, pick your language. For me, I will do English and US. And this one, we're going to do public since we don't have a private tracker. You could set that if you do. We can also set up the specific category of indexer. But for our purposes, we're just going to push this one right here. So pretty much we'll just select it. And then from here, you could configure some of these settings if you want. But we could go ahead and test it to see if it kind of connects. There is a sign right here that says no, but we'll kind of figure that out as we go along. So I'm blocked by Cloudflare protection. So it seems like there might be some kind of issue here. Thereby, this site may use DDoS protection. Therefore, Prowlarr requires Flare Solver to access it. So let's go ahead and click on that. But for our purposes, let's go ahead and just pick a different website. For example, this one, and see if this one works. This one is also using Cloudflare or not. As you can see, it's not, so we might not need to set that up right now. So we'll go ahead and click save. And this will be our first kind of index. It will be able to search this website for the torrents we want. And it's as easy as that. So guys, basically what you want to do now is you want to kind of connect everything together. So Prowlarr, like I said, it does connect to these other applications. And the way we'll do that, we'll just go into the settings directly. As you can see here, we're going onto the settings, and then we're going to go to applications. So this is how it interacts with the other applications. And the way we're going to do that is by doing this. So we click this plus symbol here, and then we're going to just, as you can see, it's already got all these things here. So we're going to do, so we want to connect Radarr. But we haven't really logged into Radarr or Sonarr yet. So let's go ahead and do that just to make sure they're working. All right, so we go back here and we have Sonarr and Radarr. So we loaded Prowlarr already. So we're going to go ahead and click this, and we're going to copy the password and go there. And we're going to log in. So user, password, sign in. And now Sonarr, click here, show password, copy, go here. And of course, same thing, user, password, sign in. And here we go. We got Radarr and Sonarr loading. Looks like it's kind of doing its first. There we go. So yeah, it looks a little different, a little different color scheme, but basically the same application. One's just for TV shows and one's for movies. So here we go. We want to connect them all to Prowlarr now. So we're going to go to Prowlarr and we're going to click Radarr. So we got to connect this. So let's do Radarr sync level. We could just keep that there. So as you can see from their guide, what you need to do is use the kind of IP address of your server there from Rapid Seedbox combined with this port number. Basically, I copied this. So we're connecting Prowlarr to Sonarr and Radarr. So the Radarr server will be here, and we just enter that in here, as well as our API key. And if you click the test button, it should turn green. So we'll go ahead and save that. So now we have Radarr connected. Let's go to Sonarr, get the API key in general, just like this, copy and paste it. And then we're going to go ahead and connect Sonarr like so, put the API key. And now what we're going to do is copy the Sonarr server. So it should be this right here. So we'll go ahead and put it right here, and we'll test to see if that makes a connection. And there you go, green check mark. So we'll click save. So we now have connected Prowlarr to both Radarr and Sonarr. So we're off to a really good start. What we'll do is go to the download client for Radarr, and we're going to connect both Radarr and Sonarr to our download client. So here we go. We'll click download client. We're going to add Deluge, and then this is where we're going to set it up. So we keep this as it is. Keep this here. For this one, we're going to put 127.0.0.1. All right, keep the port this one. And password is going to be the password from, I do believe, from Deluge. So that's this password we used right here. So we'll copy that again. And then we're going to enter that there. Category, Radarr. I do believe that's all we really need here. And we'll do a test to see if it can verify. There you go. So it's now, Radarr is now connected to Deluge, which will work beautifully. Now we go to Sonarr. Very easy to do the same thing. Download client. Go to Deluge right here. Name. We could just do Deluge. We type in the host. It will be 127.0.0.1. Password, this one that we just copy and pasted. And this looks pretty good. So let's test it and see if it turns green. There you go. Green check mark means it's good to go. So we've now connected both Sonarr and Radarr to download clients. But we're already logged in. So basically what we're going to do is follow the instructions from their guide. You're going to go to Preferences. Then as it says here, we go to Plugins and enable Label plugin. So we'll go to Plugins, and then you click Label. So allows labels to be assigned to torrents, also allows other filter states, tracker, and keywords. So we'll click Apply, and then OK. All right, now we got to connect it to Deluge. Okay, guys, next thing we need to do is focus on media management. And for this, I'm going to be using Rapid Seedbox Remote Desktop feature, which basically lets you kind of peer into your Seedbox like it's a computer, which essentially that's what it is. So we're going to log in, and this is what it looks like. It's actually pretty cool. It's like a computer inside of a computer. So here we go. This is what the Seedbox actually looks like inside. So basically what I'm going to do here is I want to make a new folder. Let's go ahead and do that. So this folder will be called, Media. Okay. So we'll create this folder called Media. And now in here, we're going to be putting a folder called TV Shows. So we made this. Okay. And then we'll make one called Movies. All right. And then we're also going to make one called Downloads. So this is all under the framework of this file here. So we're going to go ahead and click out of that. And now we'll just exit the GUI there, click reload. And then basically what we're going to do is go to our Deluge tab. And then we're going to reload that one too. We might need to relog in, but it doesn't really look like it. So we're going to make sure the download path goes to that folder that we were at. So this is the download to home user downloads, but let's go ahead and make it go to that area we were in. So actually I probably didn't need to close out of it. I was just kind of showing you guys that. So let's go ahead and log back in. All right, so we're logging into our little interface here. So this one right here is going to be, this will be kind of like the path here. So we're just going to Control C that. And then what we're going to do is go here. And then, so we're going to actually, it won't let you copy and paste it. So we'll do home/user. So it looks like home/user, and that's downloads. We're going to change that to desktop. And then slash media. And then in that folder, we want to go to downloads. So we'll do slash downloads. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. So we'll click apply. And it should, the downloads will go to this folder right here when they're done. So now what we need to do is change the file system for Sonarr and Radarr. So the first thing we'll do is go to Sonarr, and we're going to add a root folder. All right. So here we go. We're going to add this. So it's going to be home, user. This is nice because we can actually kind of look here, and look, there's the folder. We already made that folder. So how cool is that? So media, and we're going to put it TV shows and click OK. All right. And now we're going to do the same thing for Radarr. So media management, add root folder, and then we're going to go to media, downloads, and it doesn't seem to see it. So we might want to reload this page. So add root folder, home, user, desktop, media, and then we're going to go to movies and click OK. So now Radarr is mapped to movies, Sonarr is mapped to TV shows. All right, guys, so now Deluge will put the downloads in here. All right, guys, now we need to set up the actual kind of front end, or how you're going to watch all this content you download. So first of all, we need to confirm the back end, or how this stuff is going to be like kind of live on the Seedbox. So there's multiple different options. You could use Plex, Jellyfin. I think Plex is still the most popular. So for this tutorial, I might be focusing on Plex, although I might show Jellyfin. I haven't decided yet. So what you do is go to the kind of services page here, and then it says Plex is unclaimed, claim Plex to start using it now. So let's go ahead and claim it right now. Claim code from plex.tv/claim. So let's go ahead and figure this out. We need to create our Plex account. So go to plex.tv, and then we will create an account here. So I'm going to make an account. Okay, so once you create an account, this is what it's going to look like. So we go back here and click this claim button. We actually got to click here, I meant. And then we will get this code. So we'll copy this and then put it here. So try that. All right, there we go. So now it says Plex claim successfully, reloading. Now here it says Plex is claim, or you can unclaim, and this is the address for it. So know how it sees here in this specific guide, you do want to make sure it's up to date. So we need to go to the applications and just make sure it's up to date. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go to one-click applications. Just click on your little IP there, and we'll wait for that to load. And we'll just make sure Plex is up to date. So Control F. Looks like we do need to update it. So we're going to click this button here, and it's going to update it. All right, now it looks like it's finished. Let's go back. All right, so according to Rapid Seedbox, they do want you to reboot once you do update it, and if you haven't rebooted in a while. So I think this will be a good time to actually reboot the Seedbox, and you do that just by going to Services, Controls, and then Reboot. So let's go ahead and do a reboot. So you just click on it. Doesn't really seem to show anything. There we go. So now it's rebooted. So let's wait another 5 minutes just for everything to come back online. All right, guys. So now what we do is we go to our Plex server. You could click on this little button here, and we're going to log in with our Plex username and password we just created. So let's see here. So we're just going to sign in. And there we go. So we signed in. So now we need to add our libraries. So we're going to go to the more sidebar. We'll just push finish setup for now. We don't really, I guess that's fine for now. Go to more. And then from here, we're going to click add a library. It should be around here maybe. So there we go. So we're going to add movies and TV shows. So we'll do movies. Click next, and then we're going to add a folder. So here is the Seedbox. Wow, this just works so well. User, desktop, media, and then we'll do movies. And then we'll add that. And then we're done for that. Go here, TV shows, next, and then we'll do home, user, desktop, media, and then TV shows. Click add and add that. So there we go, movies and TV shows. All right, guys, so that's about it for the Plex part of the tutorial. So now we've done most everything, I do think. We have set up the downloads and everything like that. So let's see if we can get it working. That said, there is one final step where you will want to install Plex on whatever your device that you want to watch it on. So let's say your streaming stick or your TV or even your main computer. So that way you can watch it from your server. So let's go ahead and set that up. So we have downloaded the Plex application, not the Plex media server, on our computer just to show you guys. We're going to go ahead and sign in just like we did there. Click sign in. All right, guys. So next step is testing to see if the basic fundamentals work. So let's go ahead and go to, we need to go to, let's say, Radarr, and then we're going to try to see if it could get us a copyright-free movie. Another thing you could do, guys, you don't have to keep going back and forth like this. Probably the best idea would be to bookmark these specific services in your browser so you can easily get to them. So let's go to Radarr and we'll start that up. And so, yeah, bookmark this, for example. That'd definitely be the way to do it. Okay, guys, so for this test, we'll use Night of the Living Dead since it is a copyright-free movie. It entered the public domain. So let's go ahead and look it up. So basically what you do is you just go like this, and then it's going to search for it. And then there's some different versions. I do believe we want this version. So we're going to click on it. And this is kind of what it looks like. So we have 2 terabytes free. So it's going to be putting in the movies, which seems right. And we want the movie quality profile. Let's do 1080. So there you go. And you can add a tag if you want to kind of sort things better, and we'll do add movie. But it does seem to be kind of processing it here. And if we go to Deluge, it does automatically start downloading, which is really, really cool. It just automatically started doing it. I didn't even have to do anything. So that is really nice. And this will scan for whatever movie you're looking for. I didn't have to go to specific websites and look for it, etc., etc. So I'm on my computer, but I can see the thing for my Seedbox. So that is really cool. So I never have to have my main computer on. My Seedbox is always going to be on and available. I can even share it with friends. So that's very cool. All right, guys. So that about wraps it up. We went ahead and set up a Seedbox. We then installed the apps we needed. We connected those apps to Deluge. We used Prowlarr to find various websites to serve as our indexers. We made our own Plex server on the Seedbox. We claimed it, and then we connected it to our at-home Plex account. So you can also do this with Emby or Jellyfin if you want. And Rapid Seedbox does have some guides on their website. As always, you can use ChatGPT as well to troubleshoot things, as I've done. And in this video, you've noticed me making a couple mistakes here and there. I kind of wanted to do this blind because I find that setting it up for myself the first time in this method does help people kind of fine tune and troubleshoot their own mistakes. So guys, stay tuned if you want a video on how to just set it up on your own computer by protecting it with a VPN. Rapid Seedbox will do a good job of anonymizing you by putting kind of responsibility in someone else's hands. But of course, as always, do not download copyright protected content. Always follow the laws in your respective country. In this video, we only used open source kind of domain, or, you know, the movies that kind of expired per se in the public domain and now they're freely available. So guys, as always, if you want to help support this video, use my link for Rapid Seedbox if you decide to go with them. And I'll see you in the next video very soon.